Right, hello. Today we're going to tackle this integral. So we'll start off by doing by parts. We'll have the bit to integrate as x e to the x. So u dash will be, when we hold the x still, we'll get x e to the x. And when we hold the e to the x still, we'll get e to the x. The bit to integrate then will be sine of x. When we integrate that, we will get negative cos of x. So sticking that all together, the integral is u times v, so x e to the x, times minus cosine of x, and take away the integral of u dash v. So this whole thing, x e to the x plus e to the x, in a bracket, multiplied by cosine of x, but that's negative, so that will change to a plus over there. And all integrated with respect to x. So now, we'll go and do by parts again. Keeping the things the same way around, so this will stay as our u, this will stay as our v dash. So u is equal to x e to the x plus e to the x. When we differentiate that, what we can see is this term is the same as what we had up there. So it will differentiate to be the u dash we had before. So we're going to have x e to the x plus e to the x. And now when we differentiate the e to the x here, we get another e to the x, so we can make that into 2 e to the x. V dash is going to be cosine. So v, nice and simple, will just be sine of x. So let's stick that all in. I is equal to the same thing before, minus x e to the x cosine of x plus u times v. So in brackets, x e to the x plus e to the x multiplied by sine of x. Take away u dash v. So we'll have, take away the integral of u dash v. So x e to the x plus 2 e to the x, all in brackets, times by sine of x, all with respect to x. So now we can factorise the first little bit. We'll take an e to the x out the front and see what we get. Well, we'll have positive amounts of signs, so we'll write them down first. How many have we got? Well, x plus 1. Lots of sine x. Take away x cosine x. And I'll take away the integral. If we split this into two integrals, one of them will be x e to the x sine x with respect to x. And the other one will have a 2 at the front, the integral of e to the x sine of x dx. And what we can see now, our original integral, x e to the x sine x, is here again. So this thing is equal to I. So we'll bring that to the left-hand side, divide everything by 2. What we'll have is I is equal to the same original bracket, e to the x now just divided by 2, because we had one I there, another I there, so we divide everything by 2. X plus 1 multiplied by sine of x minus cos x, minus x cos x, sorry. And now this integral's gone because we moved it to the left-hand side, and we've still got one lot of this integral on the right now because we divided by 2. So minus the integral e to the x sine x dx. We'll call this thing j, and we'll go and integrate it on the next page. So j is equal to the integral of e to the x sine x, all with respect to x. And again, we'll do by parts. We'll have u is equal to e to the x, so u dash, nice and easy, e to the x. V dash will be sine of x, so v is going to be negative cosine of x. So our integral j is equal to u times v, so minus e to the x cos x. Take away the integral of u dash v. So e to the x times by the negative makes that a positive. Cosine of x, all with respect to x. Doing by parts again, we'll get u, same thing as before, e to the x. So u dash is e to the x. V dash will be cos. V will be sine. So now when we stick that all together, j is equal to negative e to the x cos x plus uv, e to the x sine x. Take away the integral of u dash v, so e to the x sine x with respect to x. And now similar to the page before, this thing is j. So we'll bring that to the left-hand side. We'll have 2 j's, we'll divide by the 2, and we'll factorise the right. So altogether j is equal to e to the x on 2 for factorising the e to the x out and dividing by the 2. How many sines? Just one sine. How many coses? Minus 1. So now we can take this thing and we can stick it back into the original integral that we had. So j is now e to the x on 2 multiplied by sine minus cos. So we can stick that all in. The first bit will stay the same, e to the x on 2 x plus 1 multiplied by sine x, take away x cos x, and now then take away e to the x on 2 of, what was it? Sine minus cos. So sine x minus cos x. We've got no more integrals, so we add a plus c as well. And we'll just factorise. We can see we've got an e to the x on 2 outside both of them. So we'll bring it to one big factor. E to the x on 2. How many sine x's? Well, there's x plus 1. We take away the 1. So there's just x sine x. And how many cosines? Well, there's minus x there. And there's a plus 1 from these two negatives. So plus 1 minus x. Lots of cosine x. And still with a plus c on the end. Lovely jubbly.